Mayans never made a human sacrifices. The Mayans, they made it but like a self-sacrifices, making tattoos, scarifications, piercings. The idea it was try to collect the blood to share that with the gods. So the Toltecs used it, remember, the messenger of the gods to kill some people. Now that one is the temple of the warriors. Because all the square pillars with full carvings looks like a warrior on this position. And your free time can go close to see how that looks. Now on the top, we can see in the middle of those columns, again, the messenger of the gods. Now behind of this one up there, the Toltecas used as special tables to kill many people. How we know about that? Because into the temple, yeah, archaeologists discovered the most explicit evidence about human sacrifices. Look, the idea was try to use a table and a small trunk, putting the man or the prisoner in this position. They try to expand the rib cage, to cut in the middle of the chest, to dislodge the hands and then pull up the heart, with the prisoner still alive. Because do you know which is the last organ to die from the human body?
The heart.
Brain, right? Brain.
Yes. So he had a couple seconds to see, to observe everything around. According to the beliefs, that was the best way to choose the route to go into the underworld, to reincarnate another life, like the cartoon Coco. Now, behind of that, the shamans, they use the human sacrifices to study the human body, just to see in how much time the organs collapse. Surgeries, operations is not new. Also, sometimes they use babies to wrap the baby heads for 2 years to make long the skull. I mean, to change the shape of the skull. There is the image. Nice.
And everybody thought it was Hitler.
Look, in some places around of the world, some people are still using this. What's the idea to make this? Give more space to produce more cephalic skull liquid. This is not a Mayan knowledge. It's Egyptian. The Egyptians, they made it this way. The idea was try to stimulate the pineal gland. Between the 13 full moons, we're gonna see 4 specials at the end of every season, like a super full moon that move the level water from the human body to stimulate the pineal gland. They had actually a long life. Not only Mayans, many cultures, 120, 130 years. Today we die very younger because, you know, McDonald's, soda, something like that. But back in that time, preserve the memory was the best way to make it good studies. Today we have to pass the studies between many hands, and at the end the study changed. Back in that time, the idea it was pass the study between few hands to have the same idea to create temples like that one, okay? Now, December 22nd, in June 22nd, we can see sometimes this. The winter solstice. The sun passed in the middle of those columns. And that was another proof to say how the God came in this world to get the offerings from the field. Now, after that ceremonies, the Mayans made another lines through the square pillars to pay taxes again. Look how the architecture changed. Square pillars around columns to the right side. That was the market. Over there, the rulers used the taxes of the small communities to do business with different cultures. Chewing gum, chocolate, and the corn was the best to use in the back time. Actually, do you know how to say chewing gum in Spanish?
Chicle.
You're right. You are the first person to say which is the real name. Goma de mascar. Many people use chicle. That is not Maya. No, it's not Spanish. It's Mayan language. Chi means mouth. Cle, chew. Or the name of the chewing gum, do it into your mouth. Cle, 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 like this. Sometimes the Spanish is back in the time they changed the way to speak because the Mayan language is too complicated. If you change a little bit the pronunciation or the emphasis of speaking, that means change. For example, what is malo? Bad. If you say malo, it's good in my language. Okay? Let's continue, guys. This way.